A wife opinions on the GT3.
Wife
the 911991.1 GT3.
That. It's cute, you know, on the outside looking in. I'm a fan. I don't know if it's all GT3s or if it's just this one, but this one sounds janky. And it sounds like, I don't know, it's one like car ride away from breaking down. The seats are uncomfortable. It feels light, so, and it definitely feels fast. I noticed the acceleration thing, but I think like after you accelerate, it starts to feel fast, and especially as you're turning it and stuff like that, it also feels fast. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
What would you rather be seated?
The C8 when we first got it, honestly.
She's a hater.
It's just because this car is uncomfortable. Like, did they run out of cushions? Is there a cushion seat option? If there was a cushion seat,
there probably is actually.
Okay. All right, then this one with the cushion seat option. Because this car feels cuter, you know. All right.
So I am Garrett and Fune with the 991.1 GT3, and this is part of the Fun to Drive program, where you get to drive your car. There's the GT3, there's so many cars here. And since I get to spend like 4 hours with this, I thought I'll do a quick review of what the car looks like, what the car drives like, I guess, and how I feel about the car. So far, so good. I think it's been... Look at how beautiful this is. That's Mount Fuji peeking in the distance. This has the suspension PASM, I think. It has the exhaust button. It has, you know, TC, the tachometer, whatever. It has a few options. I think the sports chrono is one of the options that it has. I like the engine. You know, I think with this car, first of all, it's like a, you know, it's not a recent model, but it's still newish. With this car, you paid a lot of money for the engine. I would say, though, it surprisingly felt big, which is not a surprise because it is physically a big car, but it doesn't exude that like wrapping around your body like the GT4s or the GT4 RSs do. Let's talk about handling. It's really tight. I don't think we've fully pushed it to like, you know, track level hand. Like we're not on a skid pad or on public roads here. So it's a really tight handling car. Let's see, on the braking is fine. You know, the braking is has more braking feel than the C8. For example, the acceleration is great. It's a natural aspirator, so you can feel like the jerky touchiness of the accelerator if you tap it. It's not like, doesn't feel any faster than my C8. In fact, a lot of the comparison is to the C8s, and I think this car is 2 times the price of a C8 now. It's not that expensive compared to the C8 anymore. I'm picking this or a Z06, right? I don't have 2 cars side by side to compare them here, but I've driven my car long enough to know that they drive very similarly, you know. Again, on public roads, you're not finding out the differences between like the mid-engine and rear engine, like traction off the line. I think one thing that is surprising me is it is more livable day to day than maybe I would expect. I'm not sure if the modern GT3 is also like this, but this car feels very drivable day to day. It feels like a C8 Stingray. And another thing, the seats are nice and bolstered, but I would not use the word comfortable to ever describe them. They are comfortable maybe for like the first 10 minutes, but the moment your back realizes what's going on, it's over it. All right, we are at the Nest Iwata Sky Lounge, and I have even more opinions. I think my general thoughts about the GT3 is this is a great street car. It is maybe like 120 or 130% more car than the C8's. Acceleration feel is about the same, maybe slightly better, but like they're both NA cars. Brake is definitely better, steering feel is definitely better. And another thing, this car sounds janky if it's not in the high RPMs. In the low RPMs, it sounds like it's a duck, you know, running out of breath. Just all right, so we're back in the car. This is what the dash looks like if you've never seen one before. I think the first time I saw like the GT3 tachometer here, I was like, what is going on? Don't you want to know your speed? But I think in this car, you don't want to know your speed. And in fact, I don't even know, on some level, you don't want to know your speed, but you rather know like your RPMs. But then again, you can hear when you're getting to the red line, and the red line is pretty much all you care about knowing. So that's also cool. The rest of the car is pretty bare bones. The bucket seats are nice. I think you have your cup holder here, expertly and Germanly designed. You have your clock, and very bare bones over here. This might be like aftermarket though. I'm guessing it is. But, temp, AC, all this stuff is like, pretty standard stuff. While we're stopped, I got a couple of complaints. I'm reviewing this as a daily, maybe not a daily car, but a street car at least. And I think compared to like the C8s, the consumer of this is someone who's willing to deal with more bumpiness and just more harshness, generally speaking. It's definitely not a very comfortable car, but it's not as bad as the C8 with coilovers and aero and all that. It's more practical from like it has like the lift thing, it has suspension and all that, so it's pretty cool that way. My other complaint is I don't like that it doesn't creep. I want my car to creep. It's really annoying having to have to do that every time you want to move forward. Especially when you're on a hill, it like rolls back and stuff. The view is not atrocious, but it's bad. But yeah, I think we're about to keep driving, so maybe more complaints or highlights later. So I used to have a lot of cope with the steering wheel of the C8, and I like the C8 steering wheel. However, having driven a few Porsches, the steering wheel here is not as good as it could be. I think the C8 steering wheels, again, I liked it, and I still do like it because it's more square, but it's still too big. This steering wheel is better in the sense that it's a circle, but it's still too big. I think the GT4 RS steering wheel is like as good as it gets. It's a little smaller than this, as far as I remember at least. So TLDR is I like the steering wheel I like a smaller circular steering wheel better. And it's not like I hate the C8 steering wheel, but if I could choose, I would choose this one. Steering wheel is also there. Love it. Thank you.